Hey everybody, Joe Joseph here for thedailysheeple.com, and this is your news shot. So to the Communist News Network we go, CNN.com. I feel vindicated today. A couple months back, I put out a video about how ibuprofen could be a tool of Agenda 21. And if you don't know what Agenda 21 is, and the subsequent policies since then, it is a way to control the planet's population and to bring about a rewilding of rural America and of other parts of the world while concentrating the populations into something called mega regions. And they do it in such a number of ways. But one is to reduce the birth rate. And, of course, we have Margaret Sanger's Planned Parenthood as a way here in the United States. But there are many other ways that this happens. CNN saying ibuprofen linked to male infertility. So says study. And that's interesting because we've seen a lot of issues with this class of drugs known as NSAIDs sold under brands such as, Advil or Motrin to help reduce swelling, reduce pain in people, an over-the-counter drug. And the Consumer Health Product Association, a trade group that represents manufacturers of over-the-counter medications, says that support and encourages continued research and promotes ongoing consumer education to help safe use of over-the-counter medicines. And they say the safety of active ingredients in these products has been well documented and supported for decades by scientific studies and real-world use. Now, I'm going to stop there because one of the things that I find very interesting is the amount of people that die each year as a result of NSAIDs. NSAIDs being, your ibuprofens and other similar over-the-counter pain relievers. And interestingly enough, and these are some older statistics, but back in 2012, the amount of people that died as a result of, say, a drug overdose by opioids, we'll say, 16,000 in 1 year, 2012, 16,000 plus. But the amount of people that died as a result of NSAIDs was over 33,000, double the amount of people that died as a result of what we consider drug abuse or the war on drugs. Now, this new study, they say, is a continuation of research that began with pregnant women. And this team of French and Danish researchers began exploring the health effects when a mother-to-be took any one of 3 mild pain relievers found in medicine chests. And that was aspirin, acetaminophen, and ibuprofen. And what they found was that what happens in males, the testes don't just produce sperm, but they also secrete testosterone, which is the primary male hormone. All three of these drugs are anti-androgenic, meaning that they disrupt male hormones. And the 3 drugs even increase the likelihood that male babies would be born with congenital malformations. So, knowing this, they then took the study and said, what would happen in the adult body? And they found that ibuprofen had the strongest effects. Now, ibuprofen, of course, is an anti-inflammatory drug, often taken by athletes, Olympians, and just you at home as a mild pain, for mild pain prevention. Now, the research team recruited 31 male volunteers between the age of 18 and 35, and of these, 14 were given a daily dose of ibuprofen that many professionals and amateur athletes take, which is 600 milligrams twice a day. So, the 1,200 milligram dose is the maximum limit as directed by the labels of generic ibuprofen products. Now, for the men who took the ibuprofen within 14 days, their hormone level, and we're talking about luteinizing, which are secreted by the pituitary gland and stimulate the testes to produce testosterone, became coordinated with the level of ibuprofen circulating in the blood. And at the same time, the ratio of testosterone to luteinizing hormones actually decreased, a sign of dysfunctional testicles. So the hormone imbalance produced compensated hypogonadism, a condition associated with impaired fertility, depressed and increased risk for cardiovascular events, included heart failure and stroke, that all played into this. And what they found was people that took ibuprofen regularly not only saw a reduction in testosterone levels and thus a reduction in sperm production and fertility, but they also found a pretty sizable risk, an increased risk of heart failure and stroke. Now, this is something that I put out months ago because I noticed that in the war on drugs, they're overlooking a very important fact. And the very important fact is NSAIDs kill a lot of people here in the country. You want to talk about epidemic, we need to define what an epidemic is, because we could be looking at one right here if we can define what an epidemic truly is. So, does this mean don't take ibuprofen? I don't think that that's the case, and I don't think you need to be that drastic. But I do think that you need to understand the risks. And if your physiology is such that perhaps you're having trouble having children or something like that, this is something you might want to shy away from, as it may make the problem even worse. So check out this study, do your due diligence, do your research, and if you need to find alternative modes of pain relief, there are plenty out there, both holistic and through Big Pharma, that can probably deal with your issues. I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's News Shot. Feel free to comment below and visit our website at thedailysheeple.com. # wake the flock up. Have a great day, everybody.